Welcome, everybody, to episode 19 of Community Chronicles, a DDPY community video interview series. I've got a very special guest today, and he brought Dave Owen with him. So I've got, you may know him as Dave Owen Y'all and Coach Dooley hanging out in the back there. How you guys doing today?
We're doing good. Trying to stay warm.
I hear you. It's that time of year. But somehow you're at 39 degrees. I'm salivating over here, sitting in negative 22.
In there. Get your igloo.
So, Dave and I just connected because he's someone in the DDP yoga community who stuck out to me. He makes really fun, engaging posts. I've seen him working out with Coach Dooley, and I thought, you know what, this guy's probably got a story or two to tell. So I thought I'd bring him out here and share with you, the community. So Dave, give us like the back of the book version of how you found DDPY and what this program has done for you since you committed to it.
Okay, I guess I give the Cliff's Notes. I guess like most people, I saw the Arthur interview, the Arthur inspirational story. That was roughly 3 or 4 years ago. And like everybody normally does, I saw that there was a DVD involved with the story. So I tried looking on, eBay or Amazon or all the big ones, and because I wasn't financially stable, but eventually I found a version and then I purchased it. So I assumed I was in the registry or the database with my email address. So I tried it a couple times, like the physical DVDs version, but I didn't follow the plan or anything. So I just put the box set right beside my right beside my TV as like an inspiration, motivation. If I keep staring at it, and I will, it'll happen. And it doesn't work that way. So I guess last year, it was roughly April or March or April or so, I got the email from DDPY talking about the $1 Million Positively Unstoppable Challenge. And I was like, that sounds intriguing. I'd already been on this little path of self-embetterment. I was 3 months sober, just trying to get back in the game. I just slowly ballooned and gained all this weight over the years. And so I decided that it was time for a change. And then so I obviously had to get the app and I followed the app. And then I just got to the community and to the Facebook group and all that stuff. And then I just saw how everybody else was doing it. And there's a lot of positive reinforcement from everybody. A lot of learning curves and errors that, a lot of tricks of the trade, how do I get all these points? How do I sync up my heart rate monitor? How do I record the videos in case my internet service goes down? All that kind of cool stuff. And the response from the customer service people were pretty swift when responding to me. So so all in all, it was a pretty good experience. And so thus far, I think I'm down 70 or some odd pounds starting the program, but I don't have my numbers in front of me. I'm sorry. But I guess overall I'm down 170 from about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. But hopefully I can keep going. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Okay, cool. How did you jumpstart your weight loss there before DDPY? What were you doing?
I guess it was during the pandemic. We were self-isolating. I'm Brian's personal care assistant, direct support professional. So to get either one, they're the same difference. So obviously we weren't going out or quarantining as much as possibly can. So his other support staff kind of took a back seat. So I became the main support staff. So I was with them basically every day for about 12 hours a day for a good portion of 2020. So we couldn't go to a gym or anything, so we just started walking around the track at the YMCA during the day, and they'd had all the CrossFit stuff out there. So I was just being a bonehead and flipping the tires. I was like, I'd never flipped before, and so I flipped the tire, and I was like, I'm gonna do it again, and then I started flipping the tires like in succession, and then I don't know, we just did a whole lot of walking, and then that was basically it. And then I started curtailing my drinking. Say it again, Brian. Brian wasn't doing much walking. That's his
Wise ass.
He's the wise ass. Yeah. And so I started cutting down my drinking, and then so that obviously helped. And then the whole cessation of drinking really dropped the pound. So that all intertwined with everything. That's how I kind of did it.
Yeah, it's amazing, and I'm more of a teetotaler. I never was a big drinker, but seeing the difference once people lay off the alcohol, whether they're beer people or they're liquor people, there's just a lot of calories in there that you aren't considering, So even if you're eating well, if you're then having, 4 or 5 beers a night, that's a lot of empty calories that aren't going to help you at all in your weight loss journey. And then also
it just damages your body,
and it dehydrates you.
Yeah,
right? It just makes it tougher. So I think that's a huge accomplishment
on your body that just not just mentally but physically, health wise. Your inside of your body, your liver for one thing. It's you only got one body, so you don't want to ruin it right then and there. 5 beers a night, And
I don't think, like I said, I've been around the community for about a year, and I've met a lot of people who have used DDPY as a tool to help them maintain sobriety, kind of fighting that battle alongside maybe weight loss, whatever else it may be. And I've yet to meet one that said, man, I wish I hadn't quit drinking. It's one of those things that it's very hard to do, and it's hard to keep doing. But I've never met anybody in my life who said, man, I wish I just kept drinking. So congratulations on your sobriety. It's friggin' awesome. And the weight loss numbers, extremely impressive. So 170. So what was your top end weight?
I guess 487 was the highest that I saw on the scale. I don't have the doctor's numbers, but the last doctor's, I guess the recorded visit was like 477, but I know it was at 487 because I just,
boy,
I didn't like the way that looked. And, obviously, I had to do something.
So yeah, because I know that the last I saw an update from you here just a few weeks ago where you were down to like 310. That's insane. That's like a whole new body.
I didn't gain it back. I gained like 8 pounds, and I was like, I was like, man, it was during the doldrums of, I call them the doldrums of the winter cycle. But I weighed myself this morning, and I'm at 314, so I'm back on the trajectory. I just
perfect.
I took a off, and so
that's great.
But
so it's just gotta. I mean, when you have that big of a difference, Dave today versus Dave 2-3 years ago, it just has to feel different moving around day to day. So
I'm still sore every damn day, man.
That won't go away, man. We're getting old, so
I am, no matter how flexible I am. But I'd rather be flexible and in pain and then just sitting on my ass and in pain. I'd rather. I could pick him up out of his bed, put him in his chair, whereas I do squats. I pick him up and we do squats, and he laughs.
It's functional strength, functional fitness, right there. It's perfect.
So, pick him up, and then I can carry him across the room, and we're into another room. I move his chair, extra a little bit further away, so I can do a couple extra more steps. Whereas before, I just get him in the chair as fast as possible without any functional, just concentrating on my muscles. But now, it's night and day. I've always been a fairly strong individual. But when I broke my ankle, it really went downhill real bad, real fast. But yeah, I mean, so right now, I guess I started jogging this past weekend in the cold weather.
Yeah.
So I hadn't been able to jog in a long time. Brian saw me jog a couple months ago, but it's not something I do all the time. There's a lot that jiggles. It's not comfortable either. So I might be looking into like compression suits or something like that. I was just never a big jogger to begin with, long distance at all. So that might be something I'm aiming for this go round. Also, really interested in doing a headstand. Never done one. We'll see what happens. I'm doing some crazy stretches on my back now, so I'm almost
because I've done one basically. Is you're not actually standing on your head, right? Most of your weight should go on your forearms and your hands. So yeah, to avoid that cervical compression, don't sit straight on top of your head.
I'm gonna keep my head.
Yeah, that big guys, right? We've got a natural aversion to being upside down. So I think that's the hardest part, is just getting over that fear of being upside down and falling. But once you can get that, I mean, I've seen some pretty good sized dudes do inversions. I'm not there yet. I can't hold myself up, but that's a cool thing to shoot for.
Split too. I got like that far to go for like a full split. That would always be like,
oh man, I'll throw a picture in here. I've seen Dave's banana split. That's insane. I mean, just resting everything right there on the floor. I can't even. Yeah.
I'd be in the middle of the bar and be like, "Hey guys, hold this," and they freak out and then get back up and just finish my beer. But when I broke my ankle, I couldn't do it because I always put my weight on the side of the ankle where the incision was. So when I started the DDP program, the pain in my ankle slowly started to subside. Say that 3 times fast. Slowly started to subside, and then I was like. Then I started doing the hip stretch, the hip opener stretch, and I was really close to doing the split like I used to be able to do it. And I was on the ground, and I was like, "Holy cow!" Bam, and I got it. And I was like, I didn't lose it. It's like riding a bike, and I was I got elated because I just haven't been able to do my split like I used to. But doing that, that's probably one of my favorite exercises is the hip opener.
Yeah, it's amazing how if you just do what the guy says and keep doing it once in a while, it works.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that's awesome. Yeah, goals. I don't see myself getting there anytime soon. I don't stretch that way. The lower half don't go anywhere. But
balancing foot for a long time is a big goal too. That's something that's really waned. I used to do yoga a lot. Not a lot, but once a week, I pay my $5, go hang out with my hippies at the coffee shop, do our yoga, and I could stand on one foot for a decent amount of time. I don't think I could ever do the roundhouse kick until I started doing it with this program, and I was like, "Holy shit, I can do a roundhouse kick!"
You don't know until you try, man.
My problem is, doing it on one foot. I mean, I can get it up there, no problem. It's just stabilizing on one foot and without falling over. I've always got to hold on to something. But
yeah, it's a whole different ballgame of stacking joints and leg strength and core strength. All of that plays into that. And so that's why we kind of use it as a metric, for improvement, is because it takes your whole body plays into that roundhouse. It's not just, can you put your foot above your head?
I've learned a lot of having someone critique you or look at you. I guess during the Travis is one of them. I've gone out to visit him a couple of times because it's really close. He's only 20 minutes away.
Cool.
So working out with him in person, he sees stuff that I don't get to see, obviously. And he's like, well, try moving your leg this way, or, stacking your joints. And I'm like, holy shit, that's a completely different exercise. And, keeping my feet in the same way. So he's always giving me little tricks and tips.
Yeah. So this, contrary to popular belief, this show is not a paid promotion for Travis Mahaffey or Shamrock Fitness, but
He's
he's just so willing to help everybody, that his name pops up all the time as just a genuinely good member of the community that wants to help everybody as much as they can. And he knows his stuff. Super cool. Well, Dave, what do you say we roll into some rapid fire questions? All right. This is, if you're not familiar, this is just instinctual answer. First thing that comes to mind, there are no wrong answers. You ready?
Okay, go ahead.
All right. What's your favorite band?
Band Led Zeppelin.
Your favorite vacation spot?
San Francisco.
Cool. The weirdest place you've ever done DDPY? I've seen a few cool places.
I wouldn't say weirdest, but I've definitely done a lot of places. Now you got me on the spot. I guess right in the foot of the Great Smoky Mountains.
Awesome.
Because I was in the park. There's a parking lot right there, and I just pulled up and I got out and rolled the mat out, and there's these people just sitting there smoking their cigarette, looking at this dude doing yoga right in front of them.
That's great. Your desert island movie. If you got stuck, you could only watch one for the rest of your life. What would it be?
Rocky 1.
Perfect. What is the coolest NSV you've experienced since starting the program?
SB.
You named a few. They're all pretty cool.
I was really stoked on the seatbelt one.
That's always a huge milestone. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not in the van. His old van. It's a little snug, so his mom got me some seatbelt extender, and I used to have to wear them on the seatbelt the seatbelts at on the airplanes. But this past year, haven't needed them.
Awesome.
Right on. That's probably one. Yeah, probably my favorite.
What's your favorite sound?
Favorite sound? The sound of glass breaking.
Huh. What's your least favorite sound?
Sound of dogs whining.
Let's see. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Pet peeves? People who don't use their turn signals.
All right. And what's the worst advice you've ever received?
I don't know if I could mention that.
I mean, keep it like PG-13, I guess.
Worst advice. Huh. The battery terminal doesn't go red to negative. You got to put it red to positive.
Oh, yeah, that's no good. And what is the best advice you've ever received?
Oh, man. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Perfect. You survived the rapid fire round, Dave.
That was brutal.
We'll cut some of that out and speed it up. Don't worry. But all right, then I got another thing that I ask every guest to do here, and that's to pick one member of the DDP yoga community to give a shout out to and give us a little bit of why.
I guess Travis would be the one that I would give my shout out to. He's been the most responsive out of everybody. Not to diminish all the relationships and all the fun I've had with everybody else. It's kind of like choosing your favorite kid or something.
Right.
Travis' favorite kid. I would go with Travis.
All right, yeah. Cool.
All around good dude.
His name comes up all the time. It's not a coincidence. Well, one last thing we ask you guys to do, Coach and Dave, is to give us a bang to shut her down.
Do it. Ready? Put it up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Bang!
Sweet. All right. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget to do this tomorrow. Peace.